This is Adrian Hall, and you're watching Sport City with Simon Preston.
Ready. Hi, my name is Ronaldo Wade. You're watching Sports City.
Hi, I'm Martin Thompson, and you're watching Sport City.
Hi, my name is Andrew Simpson, and you're watching Sports City.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
Hello everybody. I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Sports City. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican sports. This is your hub for everything sporting related. So without further ado, here we go. Let's get right into it, shall we? And have a discussion about the Jamaica Tallawahs. But for this story to begin, it starts long before 2013. In fact, we have to go back to roughly around 2006. And this was the starting point where we had Stanford 2020. Now, during this period of time, we had Caribbean islands facing each other in Antigua. Jamaica opened their campaign against Bermuda in the first round of the competition, but the inaugural match of the competition saw the US Virgin Islands taking on St. Martin, the Dutch St. Martin, and the US Virgin Islands secured the first ever victory in the Caribbean Premier League. So that's where you could say the ball started rolling. Then the Cayman Islands getting the better of Bahamas, Pearson Best with an unbelievable knock. And of course, after that, seeing the likes of St. Lucia getting a victory over the British Virgin Islands. And then the round of 16 started with Guyana defeating Montserrat. Of course, Grenada defeating Dominica. St. Vincent getting the better of the US Virgin Islands. St. Kitts losing to Nevis. Kyron Powell basically establishing his dominance within that game in particular. Antigua getting the better of St. Lucia, Trinidad over the Cayman Islands, Barbados over Anguilla, and of course Jamaica against Bermuda. The quarterfinals came around, Guyana against Jamaica, a match that arguably should have been a final. It was a quarterfinal. Grenada getting the better of St. Vincent, Nevis getting the better of Antigua, and Trinidad getting the better of Barbados as well. Guyana edging by Grenada, Trinidad edging by Nevis, and in the final we saw Narsing Dianarine 6 runs to get with 2 balls. Hit the ball into the stands for 6, and Guyana won the first ever Stanford 2020. And it wasn't until 2023 that they won their next T20 title. 2008 came around, and we saw another edition of Stanford T20. We know what happened behind the scenes, and then the Indian Premier League basically, you could say, emerged from this. The West Indies did well in T20 World Cups, getting to the semi-finals in 2009, and eventually winning it in 2012. And eventually, we had our own Caribbean Premier League. And that's where things, you could say, started. Now, I want to show you a picture. This person looks familiar? Yeah, well, that person right there is Simon Preston. And yeah, from 2013 to 2016, it was a franchise that I've had the privilege to work with as the analyst. And it was a wonderful experience being able to mingle with some top quality players. You know, you think about the Chris Gales, the Chadwick Waltons, the Andre Russells, the O.A. Shaw, the Adam Voges of this world, the Rusty Terrans of this world, the Daniel Vittoris of this world, Mahela Jaya Wardner, Narsing Deonarain, Jerome Taylor, and the list can go on and on and on, really. Nikita Miller, formidable unit, formidable, absolutely formidable, when you bear in mind what this franchise has gone on to achieve 3 titles. And it all started in 2013, taking on Guyana. Yep, so Jamaica's first victory actually came against the Antigua Hawks Bills, August 4th, 2013. I never forget that day. Andre Russell hit 42 runs from 23 balls. Vernon Vilanda, the player of the match, 3 for 16 from his 4 overs. That was special, and that sparked a winning run, eventually taking on the Trinidad and Tobago Red Steel, as they were called at the time, winning by 5 runs. Again, Vernon Vilanda and Dan Zahed playing an important role there, going to St. Lucia and winning by 6 wickets. Andre Russell, 47 from 19 delivers, and then coming on home soil and being able to get victories over Barbados, over Trinidad, and a record that will never ever be broken in the history of the Caribbean Premier League is something that we were able to achieve. The Jamaica Tallawahs against the Red Steel in 2013, this was the first time and the only time in CPL history, and this will be the only time in CPL history ever that this happens. And what is that in particular? Basically, it'll be the only time that we will have 11 Jamaican-born players take the field. That's right, 11 domestic-born players took the field for the Jamaica Tallawahs against the Red Steel. And off the last delivery, Pinky Akeem Dewar hitting the winning runs for the Tallawahs as we recorded a 3-wicket victory. Got to the semi-finals. Kumar Sangakkara added some brilliance with his half-century from 38 deliveries, rotated the strike well. And of course, Andre Russell's late hitting at the end, 29 runs from 6 balls, I believe. Yeah, critical. Of course, in the final, winning the first ever CPL title. Nobody can ever take that away. Winning the first CPL title, the first team to get to 2 titles, that's something that nobody can ever achieve. Also, the first century in CPL history came from, that's right, a Jamaican. The first century in CPL history came from, that's right, a Jamaican, in Chris Gale. 111 runs. 111 runs. Amazing. So when you're bearing in mind the progression, when you're bearing in mind what the team has gone on to accomplish, there's been some outstanding moments. And, full credit to Ron Parrick, Manish Patel, for the ownership during those glorious years, winning the 2 titles. And of course, eventually going on to win the 3rd a couple of years later on from that. Sabina Park was rocking. Think about the 2014 season, winning all games at home. Think about 2015 under the lights for the first time at Sabina Park. Brushing aside the likes of the Zooks and, of course, the Red Steel, as they were called at the time, Chris Gale hitting a century at Sabina Park, putting 180 runs on the board. Think about Jerome Taylor and his exploits. Krishmar Santoki coming into the team 2015 and showing exactly why he is the best T20 bowler in the Caribbean, the best left-arm seamer, for the work that he did at Farnham Royals within the UK and working on his action. Glorious time frame. And being able to be in that mix when you're bearing in mind things as well. The likes of Krishmar Santoki, Chadwick Walton, Andre Russell, Chris Gale, Nikita Miller, Horace Miller. And then you're bearing in mind other persons that added important components to the gem as well. You think about individuals that play that important role towards the growth and the development of the franchise as well. Andrew Richardson as well. He played 1 game in CPL history, but behind the scenes as a team manager, he had an impact as well. And everybody was fine with the way how he was able to maneuver things. And I must say that upon reflection, 10 years, 11 years of the season, 3 titles, that's not bad. A couple of semi-finals appearances, a couple of playoff runs as well. I think we can take a lot of pride in terms of the performances. Of course, yes, it is disappointing that 2024 there won't be a Jamaican franchise, but there are reports from the hierarchy of the CPL that there will be a Jamaican franchise in 2024, well, 2025 or 2026 at the earliest. So look forward to that. Fresh God, I hope you're doing well, my friend. But I can honestly say it was an absolute privilege to be able to work with the franchise of my birth, being able to contribute in the way that I did. I'm very happy that I was able to add that value, working with Junior Bennett, working with Mr. Bernard Sr., Bernard Jr. as well. I think about other members of the staff that contributed to it. Mark O'Donnell from New Zealand, the batting coach from the Royal Challengers Bangalore not too long ago. And you think about other support staff members as well that played such a critical part in this journey for the team, you know. Quite a journey. I'm doing well, Fresh God. I hope you're doing well, man. Kindly hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Drop that, you know. Share this video with everybody so they know what my experiences were like as well with the franchise. But what I will say though is that sports is an industry by itself, and I can honestly say that each sport is an industry by itself. So I think football is an industry by itself. I believe cricket is an industry by itself. I believe athletics is an industry by itself. And there's so much evidence that we can be able to use in terms of showing how and what this means for the people. Sports is a way of uniting people, you know, and when you think about these aspects of things, right? When Afghanistan qualified for the 2015 Cricket World Cup, there were no recorded deaths on the day that they qualified. Why? Sports united the people. You think about the day Jamaica qualified for 98, November 16, 97, no recorded deaths on the island as well, right? You think about when South Africa won the 1995 Rugby World Cup as well. What it did, uniting different races together, you know, the impact that that made as well. And cricket, while it is true that, you know, participation on the island may be going in the direction more of the football, of the track and field, and honestly even more of in lacrosse as well, because year after year after year, more schools are being able to participate within these events. So you might say maybe participation is going down, but for me, cricket is the number 2 sport in Jamaica. Cricket is still an important sport. Cricket is the gentleman's game. Cricket is a game that should never, ever, ever, ever be forgotten. This is one of the first sports that was ever introduced to Jamaica. Cricket, that's right. Sabina Park, a facility from 1930, almost 100 years old, that has produced so many decades and decades and decades and decades and decades of glorious moments. That's the impact that that venue has had over time, you know? So that's something that we should never forget, what Sabina Park has meant for Jamaica and Jamaicans as well. The 2007 World Cup, you think about as well the CPL, you think about the knocks from Marlon Samuels, you think about winning test matches with 1 wicket against Pakistan. You think about what the venue's done, bowling out England for 51 in 2009, Jerome Taylor 5 for 11. All of those have been sensational, you know, have been important. And it has all contributed to where we are today. So I sincerely hope that 2025, 2026, we can be able to have a Jamaican franchise again. Because certainly cricket is important to the people of Jamaica and even to the diaspora as well. Cricket is a sport that we all love. And there are great things that are to come as well. Something that we should never forget. So let that stick with us. Yep, let that stick with us. Very, very important. Very vital, you know? But folks, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as well. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary. And also this platform, Sports City, for more content.
This is Adrian Hall, and you're watching Sports City with Simon Preston.
Ready. Hi, my name is Ronaldo Wade. You're watching Sports City.
Hi, I'm Marvin Thompson, and you're watching Sports City.
Hi, my name is Andrew Simpson and you're watching Sports City.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.